Hey! James! I just talked to Mom. Why did you just show up all of a sudden? What is this all about?
Oh, hey, Amy. It's been a while, huh? I showed up because I'm going to be leaving my son with them for a little while. Don't be mad, okay? Please help Mom and Dad take care of him.
You're doing what now? Is your head screwed on properly? I heard that you were married, but this is the first time I even heard about you having a kid.
Well, I have one. His name is Ethan. Sorry, but yeah, I need you to watch him. He is 5 years old and a really sweet kid, so be good to him, okay?
A little heads up would have been nice. I'm your sister, you know. You could have told me you had a kid.
Sorry, but it is what it is now.
Before you left, you were $10,000 in debt. Dad had to pay it off for you, too. You caused a lot of trouble back then.
I know. Sorry about that.
Just saying sorry to me isn't going to cut it. Have you even apologized to Mom and Dad yet?
Of course I have. We talked about a lot of things when I showed up. It's been 8 years since I actually stepped foot in the house. Isn't that crazy? Mom and Dad actually didn't yell at me like I thought they were going to. I was ready for a full-blown argument with them. Maybe it was because I had Ethan with me and they didn't want to scare him.
Yeah. This is a lot to take in right now.
I thought that you would be happier to meet my son.
Why now, after 5 years? And you said you're leaving him with Mom and Dad. What's going on?
Actually, it's because my wife and I will be working away from home for a little while. It would be impossible for us to bring him with us. We wouldn't have time to look after him properly, and it wouldn't be fair to him.
Where are you going exactly? You have always been like this. I don't get how you can have such a crazy lifestyle.
Come on, don't be like that. I have a lot going on and I need you to be understanding here. My old company went bankrupt, so things have been pretty tough.
Weren't you the president?
Yeah, but the company was very small. My life hasn't been all sunshine and rainbows within the corporate world. I also have a full family to take care of, and eventually, I succumbed to the struggle. I'm just trying to get back on my feet again.
I guess I can understand. As long as you just get a real job and work towards something, then it's fine with me.
Hey, it may have been my own small business, but I have a big dream.
I see. But after this, I don't want you coming home just to ask for favors and bother us. We have lives of our own, too. You need to take Mom and Dad into consideration. They aren't getting any younger, and they don't need you causing any more trouble. Especially when it comes to money.
Okay, I understand. The whole reason why I am doing this and trying to work harder now is for the sake of making things easier for them someday, too.
Uh-huh. And exactly how long will you be gone?
I'm thinking no longer than 3 months. I need time to work hard and make money.
Okay, and where are you going?
It's several hours away, but nothing too crazy. It's just out of state. Why? Do you think we are just leaving Ethan behind forever? You worry too much. Mom and Dad can take care of him. They have done it before. You have nothing to worry about, and I'll be back in a few months.
Well, if everything you are saying is true, then it's all fine by me.
I'd really appreciate it if you help them out as much as you can. Like you said, they aren't getting any younger. If they aren't around and you need help, I'm just a phone call away.
Okay. Oh, I also heard that your wife is very young. How old is she? I never hear about her.
She is 24 years old.
And you've been married 5 years. So you married your wife when she was a teenager? And you're 10 years older than her!
The details of our relationship are none of your business. Just don't think about it too much. There is no changing the past. Also, I had tons of money back in the day. I was also very popular with all of the girls. We just so happened to meet and she was the one.
Uh-huh. I see.
Well, I have to get back to work.
Okay then. Be careful and travel safely as well. I'll spend some time with Ethan and maybe watch some TV with him after work. I'll also call you and let you know how things are going. I'll stop by in the evenings as much as I can.
All right. Try not to push yourself too hard at work.
James, what are you doing? How come you haven't been answering any of Mom's calls? What is going on?
Oh, sorry. My phone was turned off.
You're still in debt right now, right?
Huh? How did you know about that? Did you get a phone call about it or something?
Yes, I did. What did you do? I specifically told you not to cause any more problems, especially when it comes to money. Even so, you went ahead and did just that. All you do is cause trouble.
I just didn't really have the chance to tell you about the position I'm in right now, that's all.
I just want nothing to do with you at this point. There is always some sort of chaos whenever we get involved with you.
Good, then don't have anything to do with me. That's even better.
What do you mean? Don't tell me you're not planning on coming back.
I am. Once I paid the debt off. I wanted to get rid of it so that we could all start over as a family. I'm trying. Sorry about this. I actually have to go. I'm getting another call and it's related to work. I'm working hard so that I can come home to Ethan.
But what happens if I don't respond to your debt collector? Aren't you in huge trouble right now?
If you can pay the amount that's due right now, I can pay you back. There was a time when I didn't pay and missed my deadline. They were very strict and I almost went to court.
That's not something to laugh about.
They're probably contacting all of you because they can't get a hold of me. They're probably seeing if any of my family could help pay.
You know that Mom and Dad can't spend any more of their money on your debts.
Yeah, I know that. This time I don't want them to pay. That's why I figured I can count on you this time. By the way, what are you doing right now? I know I haven't been very responsive when you guys call or text me.
It's the same as usual, I guess. Ethan is doing well too. He may only be 5 years old, but he acts like an adult. I was expecting a lot of crying and tantrums since he is a young boy, but he is very well behaved.
See? Didn't I tell you he's a good kid? You don't really have to work hard to take care of him.
Yeah. He is way too well behaved to be your kid, though. I don't know how he turned out so well under your care. I'm impressed. I'm sure your wife has been a huge influence on him. I doubt he has learned anything good from you.
My wife is pretty strict when it comes to the both of us.
I know at least that much. I have also noticed lately that Ethan really likes cute animals. Every time we go out and pass a pet store, he gets super excited and wants to look at all of the cats and dogs. So we decided to take him to the zoo. He had a blast there.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah. How do you not know that? He's your kid. You should know what he loves, right? Don't tell me that you ignore him and just let your wife take care of him. Do you?
Of course not. But it is a pain for me to take care of him all of the time, so I guess she does watch him most of the time.
I just can't believe you.
Oh, come on now. I'm a busy guy.
Anyway, don't bother us anymore with your debt. We can't keep dealing with that kind of trouble. I'm also going to tell that debt collector that I don't know you and that he has the wrong person. That should be fine, right? I can't pay your debts for you.
Okay, I understand. Sorry for causing trouble again. I'm also just curious, but how did Mom and Dad react to getting a call from the debt collector? They weren't too mad at me, were they?
They weren't just mad. They were furious.
Oh, I see.
They were expecting you to ask them to borrow more money soon, too. You better not.
I wasn't even thinking about doing that.
Just... whatever. All we want is for you to hurry up and make some good money like you promised and come to get your son. Got it?
Yeah, okay, I get it. I'm doing my best, so just trust me.
Okay, then. I expect you to keep your promise. You have a wife and kid to take care of.
I know. My wife is just so kind, too.
I thought you said she was strict and hard on you and Ethan earlier.
Oh, did I say that? Well, thanks for taking care of Ethan. I'm going to hold off on going on my phone again this week, so if I don't answer any texts or calls, now you know why.
Why? Is it because you don't want to talk to mom or dad about your debt? Are you trying to avoid them?
Let's just say I want to wait at least a week for things to cool down before I try talking to them.
As long as you end up talking to them, then it's fine. You can't avoid them forever, especially when you are the cause of their problems. I also really need you to understand that we don't want you to disappear. We all just have this feeling that you won't be coming home at all. Ethan needs you to come back, and we all expect you to keep your promise. I'll be contacting you again.
Hey, Amy. I'm sorry. I actually have a favor to ask of you.
What is it? Let me guess. You want me to send you money?
No, it has nothing to do with money. Remember how I told you that I'm coming home next month?
Yeah? Why? You said you would only be gone for 3 months.
Well, I'm actually going to be gone a lot longer than that.
What?
I really am sorry. Things are going to be extended for another 2 months.
What about Ethan? I feel so bad for him. He is only 5 and his own father is going to be gone for so long. Why don't you just take Ethan with you if you plan on being gone this long?
Well, it's not like I was planning on being gone this long. But it shouldn't be too bad for Ethan. He has gotten used to living with mom and dad, right? You said he was having fun.
Even if that's true, he needs his parents. You are his dad. Also, there's something else that's been bothering me.
What is it?
Well, it's something that has been happening almost every day. Ethan has been crying and has been saying that he doesn't want to go back home. There is something that's really bothering him, I think.
He's been saying that. How strange.
It is strange. Wouldn't a kid want to go home to his own parents? He should be missing you both a lot by now. I was wondering if you could tell me more about why he's saying something like that. Whenever I bring up his mother, he especially gets antsy. It's like he is stressed about something and cries about not wanting to go home. Did something happen? It seems like he doesn't like his mom very much.
Really? He is actually saying those things. I thought something might be happening, but never thought much about it.
So what's the reason then? Do you know anything?
Yeah, maybe. Let's just say that he is the son of a former lover of mine, and it seems like my wife may not be too fond of him. Since my wife acts that way, he may not be too happy about how she treats him. She just doesn't really like him. But I thought they had been getting along this past year.
What? Your current wife doesn't love him and your kid is from another woman? What does she do to him to make him cry this much?
I know it sounds bad.
Just what the hell is going on with you? I swear there is always something crazy coming from you.
Yeah, I know. I had Ethan with someone else and then I married my current wife. It's complicated. A lot has happened.
Yeah, it sounds like it. I'm just wondering what else I don't know about that you have done. Anyway, is she hitting him or something?
Nothing like that. All she really does is look at him weirdly. I don't think she's ever raised a hand against him.
Every time we take Ethan out, he is always saying that it's his first time doing this or doing that, even though a kid his age should have done all of those things already. He has never had ice cream or macaroni and cheese. He has never gone to the zoo or out shopping at a mall. He told us this is the first time he has ever had fun. What the hell have you guys been doing? Every time we just take him to the park or just outside in general, his eyes light up and he is so happy. I really hope this isn't true, but I get the feeling you have not been taking good care of him.
I guess that's all relative. Sorry I don't have time to go to zoos or shopping malls. It's just that my wife and I always work and we are so busy. We don't always have time to take care of him. That's all.
So you're saying that he stays home alone all day locked up in the house? Not only that, but you said your wife takes care of him most of the time. So he spends all of his time with a woman that seems to resent his existence.
Okay, but try to consider her situation a little more, will you? It's only natural for her to feel that way. It's not her child, after all.
It's not just about your wife, but I'm also pissed at you, too. I'm in such disbelief with you right now. You have no idea the kinds of things I'm feeling at the moment. The fact that he cries and doesn't want to go home makes me sick.
Anyway, isn't this a good thing, though? He doesn't seem to care if I'm gone longer, and now you know he likes being with you guys. So maybe he should just live with you from now on going forward.
What the hell are you trying to say? You just want to abandon your son?
Well, I have no intention of breaking things off with my wife. When I come back home, things will just be the same for Ethan. If you're this worried about Ethan and feel bad for him, why not just let him live with you?
Are you seriously saying something like that? Do you not love your own child?
Of course I do. Why do you think I'm even suggesting this idea to you? I just think he would be happiest spending the rest of his life with you guys. As I said before, I'm not leaving my wife.
This is too much. Seriously, James.
Then it has been decided. This honestly saves me a lot of time and hardship now that I don't have a kid to take care of. I can work as much as I need to. I hope that you guys have fun with Ethan and take care of him from now on. Thanks.
How can you be so selfish? Nothing has been decided.
Well, I never wanted a child to begin with. The truth is, I was sort of cheating on my current wife before we ended up getting married. It wasn't until after we were married that the other girl called me and said that she had Ethan.
You are the worst. You made the mistake and you should take responsibility for it. You are absolute trash.
Say what you want. I don't care anymore. I never wanted a kid. It feels so much better to say that and get it off my chest. Well, thank you. Ethan is all yours now. Thanks for getting me a hotel room. But just out of curiosity, why a hotel room? Why not just let me stay with you or mom and dad?
1, we don't want to traumatize Ethan by making him think his scumbag father is here to take him away. 2, we don't want your debt collectors following you where we live.
I said that everything would be fine. The debt collectors will give up after a little while. There's nothing to worry about. But still, I guess I can't complain. This hotel is pretty nice. And I have it until tomorrow.
Yeah, it's all yours tonight.
Anyway, what time are you bringing me the money I asked for?
I will be there in just a few minutes.
Great. But I'm just really surprised. The fact that you and Dad are working together to take some debt off of my shoulders again is such a surprise. I knew that I could rely on you in the end.
Aren't you embarrassed even a little that your own little sister has to save you financially again? And that's after you abandoned your son with your parents.
That was only because I knew he would have a better life and be happy with his family. I have never been good with money. I can't be the dad that he needs, and he has a stepmother who doesn't love him. What else should I have done? I still love my wife, too. I know I'm a horrible father, and it would have been worse if I took Ethan back. I'm doing the right thing by giving him up so that he can be happy.
Whatever. Are you in the hotel room right now?
Yep. You know the room number already, right?
Great. I told the debt collectors exactly where to go.
Huh?
It's just as I said. The debt collectors are heading straight to your room. It's too bad that you can't run away now.
Why? Did you really just do this to me? Did you actually lie to me and betray me like this?
Pay back the money you borrowed. That's all you have to do. If you have been working oh so diligently like you said you were, I'm I'm sure you have some money saved up to pay them back by now, right? Isn't that the whole reason why you left?
No, wait. All I did was some temporary work.
I knew it.
What do you mean by that?
I had the feeling you were lying this whole time. You haven't been working to get out of debt. You've just been dodging it. Just like you've been dodging all of your responsibilities. You lied to me about everything. That's why I decided to come up with a plan to get you back. I knew you'd come running if we dangled some money in front of your face. And getting you a hotel meant we'd know exactly where you were and where to send the debt collectors.
You are my family, though. How could you do something so cruel? Just what the hell were you thinking? I thought we were all on good terms.
Why would you think that? You've done nothing but cause trouble for us, and we haven't been on good terms for years. Decades!
Did you just forget that I'm your older brother? Do you not care about what happens to me at all? Does family mean nothing to you?
You're one to talk about family. You gave up your own child to live a more leisurely life. All you do is take from others and hurt them. You tried to push all of your trouble off on your family. Your son you don't love and your debt you won't pay.
I didn't realize it would hurt you all that much to do this. Please, just call the debt collectors and tell them that I ran away and that I'm not at the hotel anymore.
No. We're sick of this. You need a proper punishment.
What do you mean?
Also, we no longer think of you as family. What you have been doing these past few months is seriously despicable. As of now, we no longer want to see you ever again.
Please tell me you're lying. How could you all abandon me? How could Mom and Dad abandon their own child?
You don't even deserve to get to say something like that. Take some damn responsibility for your own actions.
You don't understand how scary debt collectors are. How could you let this happen to me?
We know they are scary. They've been bothering us for months now. But you're just as much trouble as they are. I don't know what they plan on doing with you, but I don't care. Maybe if you just pay them the money, you won't have to deal with them.
Please. I am begging you. Please, stop this. I can't deal with all of this right now. They will call the police and I'll probably end up in jail.
You are a horrible person and deserve whatever punishment is to come. Hopefully, this will be a good lesson for you.
I'm sorry. I really am. I already apologized. I will do everything in my power to make money and pay everyone back from now on. I just need a little more time. So please, help me. I'm begging you.
Don't apologize to me. Apologize to your son, Ethan. He is the one who is suffering the most because of you. He has lived a sad life up until now. No child should have to go through what he has. I have never seen a kid cry like he has about his living situation. We will never forgive you for what you have done. It's not just about the money, but also how you treated us and especially your son.
Ethan is extremely important to me. I love and care about him, which is why I thought him living with you would be the best situation for him.
It's too late for apologies and explanations. Mom and Dad and I will take care of Ethan from now on and give him a proper childhood. After this, never contact us or show up in front of us ever again. Do you understand me? We are no longer family, and you are no longer necessary. Turns out my brother and his wife were staying in that hotel room when the debt collectors took them. I don't really know what happened to them after that, but I'm fine with not knowing. All I know is that we never heard from the debt collectors again, so I guess my plan was a success. I also heard that my brother and his wife had been stealing money from several different people, too. Because of all of that, I don't think he will be around anytime soon. I'm sure he's behind bars. I'm just glad that my family will never be threatened or troubled by my brother's mistakes again. As for Ethan, he is living happily with my mom and dad and enjoying a very fun and spoiled life. It wasn't hard to gain custody of Ethan, what with his parents disappeared. We did track down his birth mother, but she didn't seem interested. After my mom and dad got custody, we all took Ethan to the zoo again to celebrate. I want to create a lot of fun and good memories with Ethan. It's time to live our lives to the fullest. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button and subscribe to see more content.
Hey Tyler, how was the lunch I made today?
Maybe like 5 out of 10? That's being generous, to be honest.
Really? That low? What was wrong with it?
The presentation sucks. Reminds me of something my mom would make for me when I was in elementary school. I mean, carrot sticks? And you could have put something a little more exciting than mayo on the sandwich. You seem like you're a little behind on the times when it comes to food. Makes sense since you're not that young anyway.
I thought you liked mayonnaise. I tried really hard to pick stuff I thought you said you liked. I did my best to make it healthy too. I know you've been trying really hard to stay fit lately.
Yeah, it was nutritious, but that's not enough, not in today's world. Food needs to be photogenic too. How am I supposed to show something like that to my followers? You know I like to post what I eat on my Instagram. I'd be better off just getting fast food. A Crunchwrap Supreme has more aesthetic value than this stuff. Maybe something better tomorrow. Something that will actually get me some likes.
Okay, I'll do my best. I'll keep an eye out for new ideas. I've been wanting to learn some recipes anyway, so this gives me just the excuse I've needed. Hey, Tyler? Did I do something?
Now, why?
I feel like you've been really hard on me since our wedding. Before, you were more... you were really nice before. You were easily the sweetest guy I've ever dated. You used to tell me all the time that the lunches I made were really good.
People change when they get married. What were you expecting? You thought we were gonna be all lovey-dovey for the rest of our lives? Grow up.
Lovey-dovey? That's not what I mean. I'm talking about basic kindness. It's like you're not even trying to be nice anymore. Like you don't care how the things you say make me feel.
We're gonna be together for the rest of our lives now. Do you have a problem with me just being myself? That's a long time to spend putting on an act.
This is you being yourself?
Yeah.
You mean you were just trying harder than usual to be nice while we were going out?
No, but you know how it is. I wanted to make a good impression. People are always nicer to people they don't really know yet. That's normal. But now we're family, so I'm gonna say whatever I want to you. You should do the same thing, Haley. You don't need to hold back anymore either.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that, but I've been being myself since we first met.
Yeah, if you say so. I guess you never have been afraid to say what's on your mind. You're simple like that. But now that you're my wife, you should learn to be more humble. Show a little more respect.
Let me get this straight. You think I need to act different now that I'm married? I thought you loved me just as I am. Didn't you?
Sort of. Like I said, there's stuff you can't say when you've only just met someone. I've always appreciated how straightforward you are. You're not all girly and annoying, and you don't turn hysterical when we fight. I like how chill you used to be. But now that you're a housewife, you should act like it. Since I'm the one who's taking care of you, you should show me more respect.
I am really grateful for how hard you work to provide for us. I hope you know that.
Yeah? Well, that's not enough. You should do more to make me feel like a man. It's not like you actually understand how hard my job is anyway. I guess you wouldn't, since you don't work yourself. You just sit around the house all day. The only job you've ever had is that part-time one at the cafe your parents own. You don't have any idea what real work is.
Actually, I worked full-time there. It was just as much of a real job as the one you have at the firm is.
Whatever. If all you're doing is helping your mom out, that's basically the same as being unemployed. To tell you the truth, I was pretty shocked when I found out that you'd never had a real job before. But I guess that's how it is when you drop out of high school. You're just not cut out for the real world.
Look, I told you about this before. My dad died suddenly, and I didn't have any other choice. My mom didn't have anyone to help her with the cafe, so I had to pitch in. Even then, we barely made enough to get by. But I went back and got my GED later on.
Everyone knows GEDs don't really matter. It's not the same thing as a real diploma. If you had gone to college, that might matter, but I doubt you could handle that.
Are you seriously making fun of me for dropping out of high school?
I wouldn't do that. I'm just telling it like it is. You really need to chill out. I don't know why you're acting crazy all of a sudden when I'm only saying things are true. I'm just worried about you. You'll probably always need my help since you don't really know anything about the world.
You know I wish I could have finished high school like most people. It's not like I dropped out because I wanted to or because I couldn't handle school. But no matter what my reason was, you don't have any business tearing me down over it. If it bothers you so much that I dropped out, then why did you decide to marry me in the first place?
It doesn't have anything to do with it. Quit putting words in my mouth. My point is, now that you're my wife, you need to learn your place. If you don't, I just might leave you. And whatever happens to you then will be your problem. Hey, why haven't you made dinner? I'm hungry. And where the hell are you? You should be home by now.
I thought I told you that I'm helping my mom at the cafe today.
I still thought you'd be home before I was. You're supposed to be a housewife. What the hell are you doing? You can't just go around doing whatever you want whenever you want. That's what an unemployed person does.
I'm pretty sure I told you about this last week. I'm sorry, but I won't be able to make you dinner tonight.
I thought you were just kidding. I didn't think you were actually gonna duck out on me. What am I supposed to eat now? The leftovers from that flavorless chicken parm you made yesterday? God, you really are useless, you know? You're not cut out for being a housewife at all.
Sorry, but I haven't worked at the cafe in a while, and there are lots of people I really like seeing there. My mom's closing the cafe next month, so I wanted to stop by and say goodbye to all our regulars first. Not to mention all of my old co-workers. I'm really going to miss them. Do you really think you should be mad at me for just being gone for a night?
Yeah, you're not taking care of your responsibilities as a housewife. I guess when you're talking to a high school dropout, you really need to explain everything, no matter how basic it is. I guess your brain just becomes useless when you never use it. Didn't your mom raise you all by herself? I thought you'd at least be good at chores. That's all you did as a kid, right? Looks like I was wrong.
What the? Do you really need to say things like that? You're making it sound like the only reason you married me is because you wanted me to be your maid.
It's your job to make sure everything I need is taken care of. So stop going around creating a bunch of unnecessary stress for me. Just do exactly what I say and things will be fine.
So it's not even that you wanted me to be your maid. Actually, it sounds more like you want me to be your slave.
You're living off my money. I'll ask whatever I damn want of you.
It's not like I'm making you share your money. I thought this situation is what you wanted.
You're missing the point.
Just because I don't have a full-time job outside the house doesn't mean you get to treat me like I don't have any rights of my own.
Listen to me. You're unemployed and I work. It's pretty obvious who has more authority here. Don't tell me you can't even figure that out for yourself.
Well, my mom's calling. I'd better go. Sorry.
I should be your first priority, not your mother.
Let's just forget this whole conversation.
Yeah, sure, I'll forget. If you get your butt home and start making dinner right now. I am tired from work. Don't you even feel bad for me? If you want to be a housewife, you've got to be there for your husband. Don't bother making dinner today, Haley.
That's too bad. You said you wanted to have hamburgers, so I started making some.
I'm gonna eat out. Talk to you later.
You want me to eat by myself?
That's your problem. Figure it out yourself. You don't need to save any for me.
Tyler? I have been thinking about our relationship for a while now, and I think the conclusion I've come to is right. You and I really aren't meant to be together.
Where the hell did this just come from?
I really enjoyed being around you before we got married. You used to compliment my cooking, even when I messed up, and you never gave me a hard time about it when I wanted to go help my mom or see my friends. But after that, you turned into a person I didn't recognize. You don't seem like the man I fell in love with anymore, so I don't see the point of us staying together any longer would be.
Why are you being such a pain in the butt lately? What, are you depressed because your youth is over or something? Can't handle the pressures of having actual responsibilities? You should have gotten that out of your system before we got married. You're really bumming me out with this crap.
What the hell? That has nothing to do with it. I've taken plenty of time to collect my thoughts. Over a month, actually. This isn't something that I'm just bringing up on a whim. Anytime we disagree about something, you make fun of me for being a dropout, and every single day you make me feel like I'm nothing more than a slave to you. I never wanted any of this. I mean, who would?
How am I treating you like a slave? I'm just asking you to take care of the chores. That's what a housewife does. It's what you signed up for when you married me. You're not doing your job, so I'm giving you a warning.
That's not how it looks to me at all.
And?
Don't you think this seems a little bit like verbal abuse?
I don't know what you're talking about. So what are you getting at? Are you saying you want a divorce? How would you even survive after that?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Being a high school dropout means that your options in life are always going to be pretty limited. Who would hire someone your age who doesn't even have an employment history? You'd be better off shutting up and learning to do what I say. As a high school dropout with no job, you've got no place criticizing what I say.
Wow. So this is how you've seen me all along?
The best thing someone like you can do with her life is dedicate herself to a hard-working man. How else are you ever going to be useful to society? I can't believe I have to explain all of this to you when it is so obvious. Seriously, how stupid are you? You wouldn't even be able to get by without me.
You know, you really don't know as much about me as you think you do. Maybe you should learn to think a little harder before you start drawing conclusions like that.
What are you on about right now?
I can get along just fine without some douchebag like you around.
Yeah, sure you can. If I were you, I'd watch what I say right now. You're just some high school dropout who's never had a real job, and you aren't doing yourself any favors by talking back to me like that. The only place you've ever worked is about to close, too. What would you even do with yourself if you left me, huh?
It doesn't even matter. It's not really your business in the first place, but since you asked, I have enough money to live on even if I decide I don't want to work at all.
Now you're just making shit up. You're the broke daughter of a single mother. How do you expect me to believe you've got any savings worth talking about? Are you so dumb that you don't even understand the cost of living for a single month? You're so hopeless, it's pathetic.
Oh, I've got plenty of money in the bank.
Would you stop lying already?
I am not lying.
I doubt your mom would be running that little cafe if you really had that much money.
It's not like she does it because she needs to. I mean, she used to, but now she just does it for fun. After the cafe closes, she's going to move abroad. She's got a resort booked for a while, and she's going to spend a lot of time relaxing and taking care of herself.
There is something wrong with you. Well, I guess that explains a lot. You're acting so weird, it's starting to get scary.
If you think I'm crazy, why don't you just divorce me? Like, what would you even have to lose? We just got married, so we have almost no assets to divide. The process would be over in a heartbeat. You don't seem like you like me anymore, so I think it'd be best for you, too.
We just got married. Why would you bring up divorce already?
I don't want to stay with you after this. You're the person I need kindness from the most, but you've turned into a person who hurts me every day. This might be your idea of marriage, but it definitely isn't mine.
Like it or not, marriage completely changes a woman's role. Any other man you might meet thinks all the same things I do. I'm just being real with you about it. How many times do I need to explain that? It's like you're not even capable of understanding what I say, no matter how simple I make it.
See, this is exactly why we can't stay together. It's like you can't even breathe without insulting me. You never made fun of me while we were dating.
Your incompetence has really started to show since we got married. I'm just pointing out what you're too blind to notice yourself. Now let's just forget all this crap. Hurry up and come home. You better learn to not disobey me when I'm the one who takes care of you.
But you aren't anymore. We're getting divorced, remember? The truth is, you were never taking care of me to begin with. I can feed myself just fine with my own money. I don't know why we're even still talking about this. I hope you know that I'm not going to change my mind. I'll contact you again once I find a lawyer.
Haley, wait a second. Stop and think this through. I'm not going to have any sympathy for you later if you change your mind and come crawling back to me. You need to get it together and start thinking straight, you pathetic high school dropout, before you end up on the streets all by yourself. Hey, Haley, what time are you coming home? It's late and I'm getting hungry. I've been trying to contact you all day.
I told you, I'm not coming back. Please stop asking.
I just want to have a conversation with you, talk things over.
We're going to do that tomorrow, remember? The lawyer and I will be there at 10.
There's something I wanted to ask you about. You had some money that you invested a long time ago, right?
Yeah?
And you made a lot of money that way, right? So you're rich now. That's what your mom said.
Oh yeah, she just told me about what you did. She said you came by to ask her a bunch of questions while she was busy getting ready for her trip. She asked you to come back later, but you refused.
Sorry about that.
She said it almost seems like you were trying to start a fight at first. You really freaked her out. I better not hear about anything like that happening again.
Yeah, I guess I was pretty rude. My apologies.
But as soon as she mentioned the money I'd earned, you started apologizing up and down.
Of course I did. You gotta give me some credit for seeing the error of my ways. Forget about that, though. Haley, you're incredible. I didn't know how you could make that much money in the stock market. You should show me how to do it, too.
You really think I would at this point? We're getting divorced.
Yeah, about that. How about we not? I've been doing a lot of self-reflection lately, so hear me out. You're right. I've been acting cold to you since we got married, and you deserve better.
And you're telling me you're going to stop just like that? I am nowhere near ready to forgive you. Actually, I don't think I ever will be.
Oh, come on, don't hold it against me. I've just been stressed out from work. I love you. So what if you dropped out of high school? That doesn't have anything to do with why I married you.
You married me because you thought I didn't have any money or a place to go. You saw me as an easy target. Once you thought you had me in a place where I'd do anything you wanted, you took off your mask. You can deny it all you want, but your words and actions have already shown me who you really are.
Oh, that's not true. You're a smart woman who knows how to earn money even without an education. Hell, you're smarter than most women with graduate degrees.
You think so? Well, thank you. I feel 0% better. But that's okay, I'm divorcing you, so it doesn't matter what you think of me or how many lies you tell me. It's such a relief knowing you're on your way out the door.
Haley, I'm really sorry. I mean it. I thought I had to be more serious now that I'm married, take more responsibility. I meant well, I really did. I just went a little overboard.
I really don't care. You're just saying whatever, and we both know it. None of it excuses anything anyway.
I'm not making excuses. This is how I really feel. Just come home already. We can put this all behind us. Come on. Let's just try to work this out. We don't need to think about divorce yet. I've really been missing your cooking.
I thought you said it reminded you of something your mom would make. You wouldn't stop complaining about it.
I was just trying to push you to do better, give you some motivation. I never actually thought your cooking was bad or anything.
You're a pretty bad actor. You know that? You're just acting like this because you found out I have a lot of money. If you think I'm so smart, then why are you still telling me all these lies? You don't think I'll see through them? And don't you dare try to tell me that you've changed or something stupid like that.
You're completely misunderstanding me. I've always respected you.
I don't think we'd be having this conversation if that were true.
You know, I don't see why you think it's okay for you to give me all this shit when you've been hiding stuff from me too. It's pretty shady of you not to tell your own husband about your financial situation. You've got enough money to live in luxury, and you just hid that from me?
When my father was alive, someone he really trusted betrayed him. And yeah, it was a money-related thing. So my mother has been warning me about that kind of thing my whole life. She made me promise that I wouldn't tell whoever I married exactly how much money I had. At least not right away. She told me not to let you know I had any money but what I earned working at the cafe. And now, I'm really glad I took her advice.
What's the point of telling me now that we're splitting up?
Well, I can tell you now because we're splitting up. Originally, I wasn't planning on telling you for a long time, and if you hadn't gone as far as you did, I don't think I'd be telling you about it right now either. But you've been tearing me apart every single time we talk lately, so I needed to show you that you were wrong. Before we part ways, I want you to know that I really don't need you.
Yeah? Well, I can't live without you. What the hell do you expect me to do? You've been doing all the chores this whole time. I don't think I could get used to life without you around. There's no way I can do all of this by myself.
Are you serious? We've only been married for half a year. You lived by yourself before that, so you must know how to do chores, right?
Yeah, but I'll be really lonely without you. Please don't do this to me. I love you so much, baby.
Don't go to bed before me. Don't wake up after me. Don't you dare disobey me, you stupid dropout. Who cares if I treat you like a slave? Isn't that basically what a housewife is? You got a hell of a lot of nerve to claim that you love me after everything that you've said to me. I will absolutely not be wasting any more of my life with you.
Damn, you're serious about this divorce thing.
Yep, I'm glad you finally understand that. This is how I feel. I can't picture it changing.
Fine. If you're still gonna insist on going through with this after all I've had to say, well, I've got one more thing to say that'll make you think twice. So, we'll divide up our assets in the divorce?
Yeah?
And when we do, I'll take half of your fortune. When I think about it that way, divorce doesn't sound so bad. One way or another, I'm gonna make you pay for everything you cost me.
You really are set on being an asshole right up until the end. You're not getting a cent from me.
Oh yeah? Why wouldn't I?
The assets that we'll divide are what's called our marital estate. That means any property we own together or money we made together. It doesn't include any money I made on my own before we even met.
Huh? Look, Haley, I'm sorry. This is a really stressful conversation. I just lost my temper for a second. I didn't really mean what I just said. Don't get the wrong idea or anything. Everyone says things they don't mean sometimes when they're angry.
You don't need to worry about that. You made it perfectly clear to me exactly what's going on with you. You really are trash. And I gotta say, it's pretty funny that you know less about how divorce works than me, a high school dropout. This whole time, you've been calling me stupid every single time I see something you don't like. But actually, the real idiot here is you. In the end, Tyler and I got an arbitrated divorce. It took a little while to get everything sorted out, but at least I had our WhatsApp messages to show as proof of how he'd been treating me. I had recordings of some of our conversations too, so overall, the road to divorce ended up being a smooth one. As soon as the proceedings were over, I started making plans. Left with nothing but shock after my old life fell apart, I knew I had to stop and take care of my broken heart before I'd be ready to make something new from the shattered pieces. First of all, I decided to go on vacation with my mom overseas. But as soon as I left, my ex-husband got arrested for breaking into my mom's house. He was so angry that he hadn't been able to get any money out of me, so he became hell-bent on stealing something valuable from us one way or another. He thought he could steal something from us to sell for cash, I guess. My mom and I don't really care about designer brands and stuff like that, and we don't keep anything valuable in the house. I guess it just goes to show how little he knew about me, how he never even tried to know who I was. Since my mom and I weren't going to be home for a while, we made sure not to leave anything in the house that someone could use to access our bank accounts. There wasn't anything there for him to steal, and our security system caught the whole thing on camera. That was all it took for the police to show up and arrest him. I just can't believe he picked such a pathetic way to go. If it were me, I would have just taken what was left of my dignity and cashed out. Well, his company fired him too when they heard about the arrest. He really screwed himself over, but he got exactly what he deserved. At this point, it's not even funny. It's like the universe decided to punish him for his crimes, like he just isn't capable of learning. I want to think he'll never try anything like this again, but if this hasn't taught him anything, I don't know what will. After the whole break-in incident came to a close, I went to stay with my mom just like I planned. Now, the only person I do chores for besides me is her, and we've been taking lots of time to relax and unwind from the stress my ex-husband put us through. I know what it's like to be poor, so as long as I have enough money to get by, I'll be happy. I don't need expensive clothes or anything like that. After all, real luxury is just not having to worry about money in the first place. From here on out, I want to use my fortune for something that could help other people. I might even open my own nonprofit. And so I don't make the same mistake I did with my ex-husband again, I want to get better at reading people. I've started talking to a therapist recently to help me cope with what I went through. I'm still not over the trauma of finding out that someone I loved was actually a monster, but I'll keep working on myself. I'll become wiser and more resilient, and someday I'll have a whole new life with all the right people in it. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the thumbs up and subscribe to see more content.
Susie, do you still have the chocolates you gave me yesterday?
Oh, the chocolates I got you from my trip?
Yeah, those. I really liked them. Those were delicious. Do you still have some? I want more.
I'm glad you liked them, but I'm sorry. I don't have them anymore. I gave it away to my friends and coworkers. I should have bought more, huh? I will buy more next time.
So you don't have any at all? You mean you gave everything away? I can't believe you did that. You know that I love chocolates, right? Then you should know to buy more for me. Did you not realize that?
I'm sorry. Yeah, I didn't realize I should have to buy more. But these chocolates have short expiration dates, so I didn't want to buy a lot. Just in case you didn't like them.
Oh, you are so useless. The expiration date doesn't matter to me. Anyways, do you have some to give away to your parents?
Yes, I did save some for them. My parents, especially my dad, loves chocolates, so I plan to bring the chocolates to them tomorrow morning.
Oh, so you do have them. Then you can just bring those chocolates to me. You lied to me saying you don't have any, but you do.
Well, like I said, those are for my parents. I already told my dad that I'm going to bring him the chocolates. He's looking forward to it tomorrow. I said I want them! So you need to bring those to me. Do you understand that I'm your mother-in-law? You need to prioritize me since you are married to my son. Prioritize? I understand you love the chocolates, but that's not necessary, right? Of course it is necessary. You are my daughter-in-law, so you should listen to me. Don't forget that you live on my land. So you need to be thankful to me. As you know, once you get married to your husband, you need to prioritize your husband's family. You need to abandon your own family. Abandon? I can't and won't do that. I respect my parents and I will always be their daughter. It's true that I had to be prepared when I married Daniel. I promised myself that I will respect his family as my family. But marrying into Daniel's family doesn't mean that I should abandon my own family. That is not right. What are you saying? Ugh. It seems like you don't understand what it is like to be a wife and a daughter-in-law. You are not prepared at all. I wasn't told to abandon my family when I married Daniel. Besides, he loves my family too, so he wouldn't allow that to happen. Oh my god, you are so dumb. We don't have to say those things. It's something that you need to figure out yourself. I hate young people these days. They are all brainless, especially you. You young people don't take marriage as seriously as before. That is why young people just marry and get a divorce right away. Some even marry a couple of times. Oh, it makes me angry. I don't mean to be rude to you, but I think your thoughts are old school. I do take marriage seriously, and I'm sure most young people do too. What? Did you just talk back at me? How disrespectful. I've never heard a daughter-in-law talking back at her mother-in-law. I can't believe you! As I said, I don't mean to be rude. I just don't agree with what you said. See, this is what I'm talking about. You are so rude. You are such a self-assertive person. I'm sure your parents thought you were a stubborn kid. You should know that all daughters-in-law should be obedient and respectful. Especially to their in-laws. This will make a good family. I don't understand what is so good about being obedient to in-laws. Besides, I've never been disrespectful to you. Maybe you just want an obedient daughter-in-law. God, you don't understand what I've been saying. You are driving me crazy! I'm tired of talking to you. Anyways, I will not prioritize anyone. And I will not abandon my family either. Both families are important to me. I hope you understand how I feel. You are so stubborn. Since you're going against me, I am starting to hate you. I'm done trying to be nice to you. Are you still awake at midnight? What is going on? Your lights are very bright. Turn it off right now. I'm sorry. I didn't realize it was that bright. And I didn't mean to wake you up. Well, you didn't wake me up. I was going to the restroom. By the way, what are you doing this late? You better not make any noise. I just got off the phone with my mother. She said that my father passed out and he is hospitalized now. Oh, your father? Is he doing okay? I'm not sure what is going on with him, but I'm planning to leave now. I want to see my dad. You are going to your parents' place now? This late? It's midnight, you know. Yeah, I know. But I'm very worried about my dad. I see. But how are you going to get there? You don't have a driving license. Daniel is out of town for a business trip, right? Yes, I don't have a driving license, so I'm just going to take a taxi. It will be faster. Wait,
From here to your parents' place, right? It's quite far. Taxi will cost you a lot.
I know. I'm thinking of asking the taxi driver to take the highway, too. So it will cost a lot, but that is not the point now. I really need to get to my dad.
Oh, well. I guess I can drive you there.
No, that is okay. As you said, it's very late, and I feel really bad if you have to drive me to my parents' place.
Taxi will cost you a fortune. I admit that I haven't been driving a lot lately, and I'm a slow driver. But I can drive you. My husband has a meeting very early in the morning tomorrow, so I don't want to wake him up. So I will just drive you. Hurry up and get yourself ready. I will be waiting in my car.
Okay, I will rush. Thank you so much for your help. I thought you were still mad at me about the chocolates, so I really feel bad that you are helping me out.
I'm not bad about that anymore. Besides, we are family, so I will help you. And this is an emergency, so just hurry up and let's go.
Denise, you know that I'm not back in your car, right?
I know.
But you just drove away from me.
Yes, I did.
So you did that on purpose? You know that I'm not in the car, but you left me in a parking lot in the middle of nowhere?
I said yes. I did it on purpose. You just need to walk back home. I'm tired, so I'm going to head back first. At least I dropped you halfway, right?
How am I supposed to walk from here? There is a highway right there, but there is no walkway. It's still very far from my parents' place.
I didn't ask you to go back to your parents' place. I am asking you to come back home. Like where you are living now. I will not allow you to go back to your parents' place. You have no right to go back to your parents.
I'm sorry. I don't quite understand what you mean by that. I thought you were helping me out. I don't have time to waste here. I need to get to my dad.
Well, why do you think I'm doing this to you? Why don't you take a moment and think about it?
Like I said, I don't have time to waste here. And I don't understand what you are trying to do. It's very dark here. There is nothing here and no one is around here. I'm all by myself. It's quite scary.
Ha! That's the point. Do you see what I'm trying to do to you? I need you to be alone in the dark all by yourself, so that you feel scared, and then feel bad for all the things you did. You need to be punished for being disrespectful to me all this time. On top of that, you still prioritize your family before your husband's family. You know that this is not acceptable. So I decided to punish you by leaving you alone in the dark and in the middle of nowhere. I hope you will reflect on yourself and come back as a better person.
Priority? Are you still talking about that? I thought you said you forgave me about the chocolates. So you were still mad at me, huh?
Of course! Do you think I will forgive you that easily? You were rude to me. How can I allow you to be rude to me?
So you were pretending to be nice to me and offered to give me a ride so that you can drop me off in the middle of nowhere? And since when have I prioritized my own family? I said I wouldn't prioritize anyone. I will treat all my family, including you, fairly.
You did. In fact, you are trying to get to your parents' place. So you are prioritizing your own family now. I will not allow that to happen.
That's because my dad's in the hospital. I explained this to you earlier. This is an emergency. You even said that yourself. This is not about prioritizing anyone.
Well, did you care about me? I've been kind of sick since last night. I've been coughing a lot and had a high fever, you know. You never asked if I was doing okay. You are trying to leave your sick mother-in-law at home all by herself so that you can go back to your parents. This is called prioritizing your own family.
Don't compare your condition to my dad's. He passed out and was hospitalized. I really need to get to the hospital as soon as possible. It's very urgent.
I don't care. You have to learn how to not care about your family anymore once you get married. Marriage means you need to care for your in-laws and not your own family. I thought I told you about this many times. Were you not listening to me at all?
I understand if my parents were living very far, then I might not be as rushed as now. But they are only an hour away from where I live. So I must go and see my dad. Why can't you just let me go and see my dad? He means a lot to me. And I'm his only daughter.
As I said, once you married into our family, you need to obey my rules. If I said you are not allowed to go back to your family, that means no. So, start walking back home now.
Oh my God. I can't talk to you anymore. You don't understand how people feel at all. I can't waste any more time talking to you.
Excuse me. What did you just say? See, you are being so disrespectful again.
Please, can you just come back to where I'm at? I left my wallet in your car. I just need my wallet.
Nope. As I said earlier, you need to reflect on yourself. You need to be sorry for all the rude things you said and did to me. Just give up going back to your parents' place. You better start walking home now so that you will reach home in the morning. Good luck!
Do you not understand that this is an emergency? As I said many times, my dad is hospitalized. If anything bad happens to him and if I miss seeing him, then I will resent you forever. I will not forgive all the uncivilized things you did to me.
You need to understand that I'm being strict with you because I care about you as my daughter-in-law. You need to be thankful for all the things I've done for you.
That's nonsense. You are just crazy demanding. I know you hated me from the very beginning. You never liked me the moment you saw me with Daniel.
Are you trying to say that I'm a mean person? I told you many times that I'm doing all of this to educate you to be a better daughter-in-law. It is my job to teach you how to be one.
Yeah, you got that right. You are a mean and vicious person. I think you're the one who needs to be educated so that you can be a better mother-in-law. This is all too much. I can't stand you anymore.
So, Susie, do you feel bad for all the things you did?
No, I don't feel sorry for anything. I never did anything wrong.
Oh my God. You are so stubborn. You're still giving me an attitude.
You can berate and talk badly about me all you want. I will not give up. I will go to my dad's hospital, no matter what.
Ugh. You are still saying that. You need to give up. As a daughter-in-law, you must not go back to your own family. I will not allow that. Once you feel bad about this, you should just apologize to me and come back home. Hurry up!
I will not apologize to you. Besides, only you don't allow me to go back to my family. No one else said anything about it.
No, it's not just me. All my family will not allow you to see your parents. Stop talking about this and just start walking back home. You need to prepare my breakfast.
Oh, really? Well, just so you know, my father-in-law came to pick me up. We are on the way to my dad's hospital. I think we will get there in less than 10 minutes.
What did you just say? Your father-in-law? You mean my husband?
Yes, your husband. He is driving right next to me. Once you left me, I asked him for help. He came right away to pick me up and help me out with everything.
What are you saying? Are you crazy? My husband was sleeping at home when I left the house. You are lying to me.
He was pretending to sleep when you left the house. Once he saw us leaving, he followed us secretly.
What? Are you serious? But why would he do that?
He was wondering why you were taking me out for a drive in the middle of the night. He thought something might have happened. So he followed us. He said that he heard you talking bad about me and talking about how to punish me. He heard everything you said because he wasn't sleeping at all.
Oh, what? He was awake the whole time? He told me that he had a meeting very early in the morning tomorrow, so he will be sleeping. I can't believe he lied to me like that.
Once he heard all the things you said, he knew right away that you will do something bad to me. And he was right. He saw you dropping me off in the middle of nowhere and drove away. So he came right away to help me out. But he didn't know that my dad passed out, so he doesn't know why I followed you to the car. He just thought you were going to mistreat me somehow.
He didn't have to follow us. He should have just asked me where I'm going. I would have explained to him.
He told me that he knew something was not right when he saw you mumbling about how to punish me. He wanted to make sure I'm not hurt by you. Just so you know, he is very mad at you now. He is always quiet and nice, so I bet you can't imagine how mad he is right now. He is furious. So you better watch out.
Why? He doesn't have the right to be mad at me. I'm helping our family to educate our daughter-in-law. You are definitely lying to me.
Stop saying educating me. This is all harassment. You just hate me. But you didn't have to do this when my dad is hospitalized. How could you do this to me at a time like this?
Oh my God. You are making this into a big deal, but it's not. When people are old, they get sick and hospitalized. Your father is an old man, so no surprise there. It's not an emergency.
Okay, so this is not an emergency to you, huh? So next time when you are hospitalized, you will be fine if no one comes and visits you, right? You don't mind dying alone in the hospital bed, huh? I better make sure that I won't go and visit you in the hospital then. Even if you passed out, I will just stay home and wait.
Hold on. I am your husband's mother. I am your mother-in-law. I'm different from your parents. You need to prioritize your husband's family.
What is the difference? Both are my parents. Both are my family, right? Besides, I don't think I should prioritize a vicious person like you.
What? Did you just call me a vicious person? How dare you?
I'm very disappointed in you, and I lost my respect for you for not respecting my parents. And yes, I did call you a vicious person. All the things you did to me are cruel.
Disappointed in me? No respect for me. Who are you to lecture me like that? You are just a daughter-in-law. You have no right to talk to me like this.
Why do you have to look down on your daughter-in-law? I don't get that. Besides, you are a daughter-in-law to your mother-in-law as well. There is no difference.
There is a big difference. You are a stupid and disrespectful daughter-in-law. And I am the opposite of you. I care about my family. I respect my mother-in-law.
How can you say such a mean thing? Anyways, like I said earlier, your husband is very furious about what you did to me. He said that he will have to talk to you when he gets home. Oh, I wonder what he is going to talk to you about. You better be prepared.
Huh? Why should he get mad at me? If he's going to be mad, then he needs to be mad at you. You are the one who did all the wrong things.
Also, Daniel will be back home from his business trip, just to join the urgent family meeting. They will be discussing what to do with you. It sounds like a court, huh? Anyways, I'll be staying with my mom until Dad is out of the hospital. I hope you get lots of lectures and punishments from your family. Good luck!
What to do with me? Punishment? Why is everyone taking things like everything is a big deal?
All of you are so stupid. I didn't do anything wrong at all. You still don't understand what you did, huh? Why don't you reflect on yourself then? I can't believe you don't have any common sense. What a sad old lady. I'm starting to feel a little bad for you, but you should be punished heavily. Oh, and I will also tell all the evil things you did to me to Daniel. Go ahead. Daniel is always on my side. He won't be mad at me. In fact, he will be grateful to me for helping him make his wife a better person. My father-in-law and I don't think Daniel will be on your side. You should know that your husband and son have common sense. To be honest with you, I think they both will be on my side. You will be left alone. Left alone? Me? No way. My husband and son will always be on my side. Well, good luck with the family meeting. Just remember that I will never forget this day and will never forgive what you did to me, even if you apologize to me. Apologize? Ha! Don't worry. I will not do that. Besides, I will never ask for your forgiveness. Like I said, I didn't do anything wrong. You're the one who was always rude and disrespectful to me from the beginning. So I will make sure to tell my husband and son. If you were nice and respectful from the beginning, then all of this would not happen. Don't treat me like I'm the villain here. Everything has happened because of you. I hope you realize that. Okay, you can say whatever you like. You just sound like a crazy person. Keep blaming me for everything. How many times do I have to tell you? I never did anything wrong. I always do the right thing for my family. You are the problem in my family. You know that. So you will not admit all the things you did, huh? You will not feel bad at all for what you did, huh? God, you are so stubborn. Okay then, I will stop covering up for you. What are you talking about? Your husband said that he will make you apologize to me. He even said he will have you explain all the things you did to me and make you apologize to my parents. But yeah, I will just let him get mad at you and give you a long lecture. You should be sorry to all of us anyways. Wait, is he that mad? What's the big deal about this? Just so you know, your husband is very embarrassed to have you as his wife. He regrets marrying you. He can't believe that you can't even admit your fault and apologize to people. He said you are a sad person. Oh, why don't you get educated to be a better wife? Isn't this a good idea? Thanks to my father-in-law, we were able to make it to my dad's hospital. Luckily, nothing serious happened to him. He just had to be hospitalized for a couple of days. He can start back to his normal life once he is out of the hospital. I'm glad that he was fine, and I'm also happy that I got to stay with my parents for the past few weeks. While I was back with my parents, Daniel and his family had an urgent family meeting. I heard that my mother-in-law was scolded by both of them. My father-in-law came to my parents' place to apologize on behalf of his wife. He told them all the mean things that my mother-in-law did to me. He even explained what she did on the day I was going to the hospital. He said that he will make sure nothing like this will happen again. Then the next weekend, he brought my mother-in-law to my parents' place to apologize to all of us. It was kind of funny to see her saying sorry to us. Surprisingly, she even apologized to me, but I can feel that she still doesn't feel bad for all the things she did. She didn't look sorry at all. Even my father-in-law noticed that. So after this incident, my father-in-law asked for a divorce. Obviously, she was shocked. She didn't expect her husband would do this. But Daniel and I were not surprised at all. We even approve of what he is doing. I feel like he shouldn't be with someone like her. Since my father-in-law asked for a divorce, my mother-in-law has become very nice to me. She wants to show that she has changed and became a better person. But we all know that she is just pretending. My father-in-law said that he will wait patiently until she signs the divorce paper. I'm glad that my mother-in-law was punished by her own family. She deserves all of this. Thank you for watching the video. If you liked the video, don't forget to like, comment, and follow. See you next time.